In the previous video that I did on the R1, I was really curious about this idea of BLE Midi. And so I explored the BLE Midi function in the R1 and how you can wirelessly connect the R1 to iPad apps such as this one, which is one of my favorites, which is the audio modeling SWAM oboe app. I also demonstrated how you can connect the R1 together with your computer using BLE Midi. So, all your patches that you have and your plugins that you have within your digital audio workstation. For me, Evina, Raspiro, these are, sounds which are very, very suitable for wind instruments. And I demonstrated how you can wirelessly connect the R1 together with your computer and your Mac. Now, in the previous video, I also mentioned the CME Widi Jack. Now, I didn't have the CME Widi Jack at that point of time. I went to the local store and I got myself one. Now, what is the CME Widi Jack and what does it do? Now, basically what it does is that it has got these cables, and let me just take out the cables. So these are, as you can see, 5-pin MIDI cables, and you have these jacks that you can put inside this blue box. And basically when you plug this into your all MIDI devices with the 5-pin MIDI jack, you are able to create a wireless connection between the device that this is connected to and something that is BLE Midi enabled. And so the experiment that I want to do today is to see how we can pair the WX5 together with a MIDI jack with your computer and with your iPad wirelessly. That's one experiment. And the second experiment is to see whether we can explore pairing the R1 together with an old sound module, which is this one, the VL-70. So this is going to be our experiment. We're going to take all hardware. All of them have got 5-pin MIDI ports inside, and we're going to stick the CME Widi Jack inside and create a wireless connection and see whether we can pair that with the more contemporary BLE enabled devices. So let's watch. The first experiment that I will be doing now is with the Yamaha WX5. Now, this being all hardware, traditionally when we connect this wind synth together with our sound patches, we would need to use it using the 5-pin MIDI cable. What I'm trying to do here is to bypass the wired connection and to use the wireless BLE MIDI, which I'm trying to connect from here to my computer. Now on my computer end, what I need to do is to search here for audio MIDI setup. I click on it and then I want to go to Window and Show MIDI Studio. Then I go to the Bluetooth configuration, advertise for the MIDI jack, which it cannot find because this is off. So let me just turn this on and it should find it in a moment. It is connecting. In fact, it's already connected. You can see over here that the Widi Jack has already been connected. So if I'm going to close all these windows and go back to Evina and play the scale, I should be able to get that working. Now that is playing wirelessly, connected to my computer, connected in this case to my digital audio workstation, GarageBand, and it was all done through BLE Midi, through the magic of wireless connection. How about the iPad? Is it possible for us to connect the WX5 wirelessly through the CME Widi Jack together with the iPad? Now for that, what you want to do is to go to your iPad app and you want to look for the BLE Midi function. So in this case, I want to check for settings right at the top right, the 3 dots, click on that, go down to settings at the bottom, And when you click settings, you should be able to find MIDI over there. And now I'm going to click on Bluetooth MIDI. Now, I see Widi Jack, it's not connected. I'm going to connect it. And it should be connected in a moment. Now it is connected. I go out of this and go back to my main patch and all the settings over there. And let me see whether I can play a sound using this. I guess it works. So the final experiment that I want to do involves the R1 pairing the R1, which already has got BLE MIDI on board, and I want to pair that together with a piece of old hardware, which is the VL-70. So I've got it all connected by wires, and you can see over here we have the MIDI ports, the MIDI out over here, and the MIDI in over here, and I've connected it using the Widi, and it's already created a wireless connection between the Widi and my R1. So I'm going to be playing this right now, and let's just see what it sounds like. I guess the connection does work with a little problem. I think if you listen to the song carefully, you would have noticed that there were certain parts when the music just got cut off, the connection just got cut off. And I'm not sure whether the problem lies with the R1 BLE Midi or whether it is the CME Widi Jack or whatever it is. The verdict is open, and thanks for listening and thanks for watching. Please leave your comments and your feedback.